to talk about Anthony de Mello really, really quickly. I was listening to Anthony de Mello. I have a book, an Anthony de Mello book on Audible, and I'm listening to it. And he says that to understand scripture, you must be awake. Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Look for Warriors, and I want to talk about Anthony de Mello really, really quickly. I was listening to Anthony de Mello. I have a book, an Anthony de Mello book on Audible, and I'm listening to it. And he says that to understand scripture, you must be awake. He said that a lot of people listen to scripture. Now he's Indian, so he's probably talking about the Bhagavad Gita. Probably saying that wrong. He's talking about the Bible, the New Testament, everything about Jesus. He's talking about the Old Testament. He's talking about the Quran. He doesn't limit himself to a specific book. But when he says that to understand scripture, you must be awake. You must be awake. And if you're asleep, you can't understand scripture. And he said a lot of people read scripture and they create huge problems in the world from reading scripture while still being asleep. And I'm listening to this. I'm listening, oh my God, I must be asleep. I must be asleep. I must not be awake yet. I must not be awake. And there's a lot of people right now in 2021 talking about people being asleep, people being sheep, and people being awake. And Anthony de Mello talked about this a long time ago before this was popular, and he wasn't talking about it in the way that people talk about it now. He wasn't talking about it in the way that people talk about it now. He was talking about it in the way that Eckhart Tolle talks about it. There's the I and the me. There's the me, which is the body. And am I the body? Every cell in my body changes. Every single cell that you see here in 7 years will have completely changed. And am I my beliefs? Well, my beliefs have changed to what they were 10 years ago. My beliefs 10 years before that, they've changed for that as well. My beliefs are not the same. There's nothing everlasting is my beliefs. Certain beliefs do change here and there. As new information, as I get new information, I do not apologize for that. As I get better information, I will just change my beliefs. As more information comes to light, or maybe I get more awakened and I change my beliefs. But I'm listening to what Anthony de Mello says. So there's a part of me that is always there. Isn't my name? I can go and change my name tomorrow. There's still a part of me that's always there. It's the part of me that animals don't have. It's a part of me that can see myself saying these words in this moment. There's a part of me that can see me doing what I'm doing. And that's the I, as opposed to the me. That's the part that I believe when Jesus said that he was the Son of God. And the way he was using the word son, when you go back to the translation, it means made of the same stuff as. So your son is made of the same stuff as you. So he was using son as in the context of made as the same stuff as. So there's a part of him, he said, he's connected to a part of him that was made of the same stuff as God. And I believe he wasn't saying, I am the Son of God and you are not. You are all lower than me. You are not as good as me because I'm great. I'm the Son of God. What he was saying is we all have a part in us that's made of the same stuff as God. And what Anthony de Mello says, it's the I that can observe you doing something, the I that you connect to when you're meditating. So he says that, Anthony de Mello says that we cannot understand scripture until we're awake. And when we awaken, we understand scripture in a whole different way. And I'm listening and I'm like, I'm so not awake. I'm so not awake because I don't understand this. I don't understand when Jesus says, if you love me, you must hate your father and your mother and your whole family. You must hate all your possessions. I'm like, really? Really? Do I really have to? Because I'm not going to hate everybody. I don't want to hate everybody. Is that, they're pretty good people. I don't want to hate them. Is that all right? Can I skip that bit? Maybe not. I don't know. And maybe I'm just not awakened to what that means. That seems confusing to me. What seems confusing to me is, this is the Old Testament, this is the Torah. I guess this is, I don't know the Torah, but I imagine that, is the Jewish Bible the Torah? I think it is. I imagine that the Torah is very similar to the Old Testament and the Catholic teaching. Probably different, I imagine. But a lot of the stories are the same. And the story of God coming to someone in a dream and saying, kill your son. God said to Abraham, kill me your son. Abraham said, you must be put me on. So, kill me your son. And Abraham says, hey, okay, if you're asking me to, I definitely will do that. So he takes him up to a mountain. Wakes him up, takes him up to a mountain, gets ready to kill him. And the last minute, God says, Abraham, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? You told me to come up here. What are you? Told me to come up here. I came up. What are you doing? So I don't understand that. You know, if someone came to me in a dream and said, can you kill your son? Kill your son. I command you to kill your son. I'd be like, go away. Who are you? No. Now, the only way that could make sense to me is if God was saying, well, let's see how advanced these humans have evolved. Are they willing to say no to me when I ask them this crazy question? So what I'm saying is, if you get a voice in your head that says, kill them all, kill everyone, I want you to say no. No, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to kill them all. That's not a good solution. And that doesn't prove my love if I go and kill everybody. So what I'm saying is, I'm listening to Anthony LaMello say that, and I'm loving Anthony LaMello. Smart guy. But I'm saying, hey, I must be asleep. I must be asleep, because these are not the only passages, by the way, that I don't understand, I don't really get. There are plenty of them. There are plenty of them. But they did not make sense. And I don't believe they could make sense in any way. So, maybe I'm still asleep. Maybe I'm still asleep. Maybe I'll read some more Anthony LaMello and see if I can wake the hell up. It's been Alan here from Look for Warriors. Do me a favor. You will wake up when you hit subscribe and hit like on this video, or dislike.